Hi, my name is Josiah, and I work for the Swanee River Regional Library System. February is Black History Month, and I thought we would take some time to discuss the amazing contributions that have been made in science and industry throughout history that you may have never heard about. I'm sure you've heard of George Washington Carver, for example, but have you ever heard of Lewis Latimer? Lewis Latimer invented the carbon filament that goes inside light bulbs, which made them work so much better than they ever did before, and it made lighting as we know it possible. He worked for Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell in his lifetime, and he also came up with something called an apparatus for cooling and disinfecting, which, as it turns out, is a prototype for air conditioning, which is something to definitely be thankful for, especially if you live in Florida. You don't even have to go very far back in time, because it was recently that a man named Roy Alela in Kenya invented a pair of motion-sensing gloves that can translate sign language in real time. As you do the sign language with your hands, it translates it into spoken words, and that's going to make communication for deaf people so much easier, because not everybody knows sign language, and that's going to make it easy for them. There's also Shirley Jackson, the first African-American woman to earn a doctorate in nuclear physics at MIT. The research she did made massive leaps forward in telecommunication possible. Have you ever heard of caller ID or fiber optic cables? Stuff like that was made possible by the research she did. Everywhere you look, there's a piece of Black history. Even the little things you wouldn't even think about. Sarah Boone designed the ironing board we still use today. Mary V.B. Brown drew up the patent for what would later become surveillance cameras and home security systems. Alexander Miles invented automated elevator doors. Philip Downing invented the mailbox. Garrett Morgan came up with a 3-position traffic light. Lonnie Johnson invented the super soaker. And Alfred Crail came up with the ice cream scoop. These are all people that had big ideas, and they made the world better. We can all do that if we put our minds to it. And today, we're going to read a book about having a big idea, trying to make it a reality, and being persistent, even if it doesn't work out right the first time. It's called Jabari Tries. It's written and illustrated by Gaia Cornwall. I'm going to be reading it with permission from Candlewick Press. "I'm making a flying machine today," Jabari told his dad. "Wow," said his dad. "Me," said Nika. "My machine will fly all the way across the yard," said Jabari. "It'll be easy. I don't need any help." Jabari built an excellent ramp. He put his flying machine at the very top. Whoosh, around, up it went, and crash. His machine did not fly. "Maybe it's too heavy," said Jabari. "Me," said Nika. "Not now, Nika," said Jabari. "I am concentrating. I need something to make my machine go up." He thought about how inventors have to use their creativity and how engineers and scientists work to solve problems. He thought of Lewis Howard Latimer, Dr. Flossie Wong Stahl, Roy Alela, Dr. Shirley Jackson. Jabari gathered up all his tools. He prepared his space. He sketched and planned. "I think the ramp has to be big," Jabari said. "Really big." After a lot of building and stacking and hammering and sticking, Jabari was ready. Zip, flip, swoosh, around, up, and smash. "Me," said Nika. "Nika, don't. You'll break it." I bet Nika would love to help out," said his dad. Jabari looked at Nika. "I don't need any help," he said. "What if you thought of her more like a partner?" said his dad. "Lots of great inventors have had partners." "Me," said Nika. "We'll try it out," said Jabari. "Maybe we need more power, Nika," said Jabari. The engineers measured and mixed. Me? Said Nika. Jabari handed his partner a stirring tool. Trickle, pour, twist, turn, bubble, pop, fizz, pow! And bash. Nothing is working. His chest felt tight and his neck felt like a sunburn. Jabari wanted to cry. He took a tiny rest. Hey, said his dad, I see you're really upset. I'm frustrated, said Jabari. It looks like a frustrating problem, said his dad. When I'm frustrated, I gather up all my patience, take a deep breath, and blow away all the mixed feelings inside. And then you try again, said Jabari. And then I try again, said his dad. Jabari gathered up all his patience. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He blew away all his muddy feelings. He felt his body calm down. He felt his brain starting to work better. Nika squeezed his hand. Let's try again, said Jabari. The partners thought and thought together. Me, said Nika. That's it, Nika, said Jabari. Maybe we need better wings. They cut and glued and shaped and tied. Tinker, twist, snap, snip. Nika found the launch spot. Jabari held the flying machine up, pulled back, and... whoosh! Up! Flying! Whee! Said Nika. You did it, said his dad. We did it, said Jabari. It went all the way across the yard. We're great engineers. We, said Nika. And guess what? What, said his dad. Rocket to Jupiter is next. Me, said Nika. The end. That's a great story, don't you think? There's a lot of great stories like that at your local library. And at the end there, it seemed to me that Nika kind of wants to be an astronaut. And that reminds me of somebody. Have you ever heard of Mae Jamison, the first African-American woman in space? Or have you ever heard of any of these women who made us getting to the moon possible? Pioneers of the space race. There are so many great books. And like I said at the start, it's Black History Month. So why don't you stop by your library and give some of these books a try. I hope you enjoyed today's program, and I hope you learned something. I'll see you all again soon. Bye, everybody.